It's VicMerc with Team Lucas. I'm here at Michael State. He's going to give you his deck profile from this past weekend's regional. He took what place?
I got 29.
Oh, yeah. So tell us what you're playing.
So I decided to play something fun for this event, just so like I can test the waters with it, see how it can work in the future with the new stuff. I played Danger FTK. You heard that right? It's an FTK. A friend of mine showed me about it, and I worked out the kinks with it, made my own list, and it worked really, really well. 9-round tournament. I went 6-2-1. I started off 1-2 because my summon sources got hand trapped twice in a match, and then I bricked. But then I won out until X2, and then I got a draw last round. But still got the invite. That's fine. It was like a big regional, over 300 people, something like that. It was top 48 get invites. It was a pretty good tournament. Let's just go on right into the deck. We'll see what happens. So the tokens you summon off of Tomahawk is game. When you summon Pain, you know you're losing. So the first monster is the Danger Monster, 3 Nessie, the most important one because it's a level 7. And it itself, when it gets discarded, you get to search for any other Danger Monster, which can be the Jackalope or the Chupacabra that you need to get this out. But generally the most important one, you want to summon this all the time, not discard it, because it's a level 7. And then 3 Bigfoot. This one wasn't really that good. It was only good for the attack, and it being a level 8 for trade-in. But it was good going second to out any floodgates on the board or anything like that. Good against Draco to outgoes in the match and anything like that. But it's probably the worst one out of the deck. Definitely good. Then the second best one. This is Tits. Thank you, Ruben. 3 Jackalope, probably one of the more important ones because it summons Nessie from the deck when it's discarded, so you can trigger it with Dark World dealings, being very good. And then one of the better ones, but also one of the less impactful ones is Chupacabra because it requires setup. You have to get Nessie to the graveyard and then Chupacabra it out, which is like sort of not relevant, but like I decided to max it all on the Danger card because there are no other cards that I would want to see, so it can extend the combo. So yeah, just the 12 Danger Monsters. And then the Dark World Monsters, we got 3 Grapha. This is the essential part in the FTK. You have to have this card in the graveyard at some point or on the field for the combo. And it's also, again, good going second, popping any card on the field, unlike Bigfoot, where it only pops face up. 3 Snow, searches your Dark World cards. 2 Beige and 2 Brow. I wanted to see how Brow would be instead of just playing 3 Beige. And you also want to see Dark World in order for your FTK because it has to have a Grapha, Engrave, a Dark World, any Dark World, and a Cannon Soldier on the field. So you want to max out on them while not working with them at the same time. This one's okay because it special summons itself and it's a normal summon. This one gets you cards, so it's nice in that aspect. 2-2 was fine for me. And then I played Ibly to further extend your combo, but it only came up like once or twice. It wasn't really needed to summon off of Mermaid. The Cannon Soldier for the FTK that you summon off of Summon Sorceress, and probably the card that nobody will know about, 3 Ascend of Thunder. It's at level 7 that you pay 3,000 life points to special summon it from your hand. Doesn't start a chain, and then when it dies by your battle or your opponent's card effect, you gain 5,000. That didn't come up at all. It came up once at locals. Just pay 3,000, summon it, level 7, and it's a big beater too. That's it for the monsters. Spells, 3 Allure. You want to draw into your combo pieces. 3 Dealings, obviously a staple in this deck. I only played 2 trade-ins because there's only 6 real targets, and yeah, you can search for them with Snow and Nessie, but 2 is fine. I don't ever want to see this and not be able to activate it because that's essentially a dead card, and this deck can't really afford to have dead cards, so I really only want to play 2. That's it for the draw spells. 2 Call by the Grave. This deck loses the hand traps pretty hard. So you have to play some sort of way to counter hand traps. I was thinking Midbreaker Field, but that seems very, very situational because if you draw it at some point in the combo, you can't activate it, so this is just 100% better. And then the 3 Power Spells, nothing to say about these. This card's insane, this card's insane, this card should not have come back. Yeah, that's it for the main deck, 40 card main deck. The extra deck, the way you FTK, Tomahawk, you Tomahawk theoretically, you summon 5 tokens, and then you make these 2 into Reproductus, then make one of these into Link Spider, Reproductus, target the Link Spider, and then you make Summon Sorcerers. Summon Sorcerers, since these are machines, you can summon Cannon Soldier right here, And then if you don't have a Dark World in graveyard, or one of the combo pieces in your graveyard, you make summons. You make Curious right after the summon sorcerers, because Dark Spellcaster, Dark Machine, and then you summon any danger monster, and then make this, and then send the other piece, mill 3, and then you can make Firewall right here, or you make any of the Nightmares. But then once you get to this point where you have a Nightmare somewhere, you use this to summon Mermaid. Mermaid summon the Can Soldier after you add it back with Firewall. And then you cancel, distribute the Mermaid, summon the Dark World from your hand, and then keep looping with Grappa. And then these other monsters aren't needed in the combo per se, but they're to help you either extend your combo to make it so that you can special summon more than once off of Firewall, or that they are there to help your late game if there ever is one, in case you're going second, or if your combo fails and you set up a board and make it to the next turn. So Proxy Dragon, that's another monster that just points to the sides to help Firewall bounces. Unicorn, which I made sometimes to actually push out the combo. So Yuja, just in case your hand isn't that strong and you end up needing to draw into your like Soul Charge or Reborn, any of those power cards to help you get there. Gumblar, which I actually did trigger once to actually discard a Snow and a Grapha to help me get there. And then these two monsters I never made. Clyphor Genius, this was there theoretically, which you actually just don't need, and Warlord in case you go second. These two cards can be cut for whatever you want. Second Link Spider did come up at some point. Yeah, you can just cut those for whatever. And then 15 side cards, generally. I just made it, again, I made this just to test the waters. I just wanted the most generic cards in the deck. So I want to side 3 Hand Traps, 3 Ash. This is the most versatile in any matchup that you would like. I found this out. This card was amazing. It's a level 7, so it synergizes well with the FTK. Because you can still FTK going second, just because you don't have to deal battle damage, because Tomahawk prevents battle damage. You just do the FTK. Definitely this card is amazing because it works out well against Goki because they can't use the sword. They can't banish anything. It's good against... I forget what matchups I use it against, but it's also just good in the fact that it can proc your danger card. So you'll be opening up this and Bigfoot. It's a stop to one of their plays. But again, it's just here for it being a level 7 and it can stop Rogue. 3 mid-range field, I decided to side it instead of main it, just so when I know I'm going first, I can have this card and feel a bit more protected. And then the back row decks, we play 3 Twin and 3 Reboot. These can be evenlies if you want. It just depends on your preference. I decided these were better because this deck is an OTK deck, so it can kill you by just summoning big ass monsters with dangers. So yeah, that was the deck profile. I just again wanted to make this deck just to test the waters of the danger card, see how they can be in future formats. They are very, very good. If I didn't get stopped early on, I probably would have had a lot of a better record. But yeah, shout out to my team, Titan Esports. Shout out to everybody that lent me cards. Shout out to Gabe and his neighbor for lending me their Oracle cards at the event. Shout out to everybody that decided to help me out and make this deck. And shout out to Team Relinquish, of course, for doing the deck profile. Yeah, that's it, guys.
Alright, guys, signing off for Team Relinquish.